Welcome back to Healing Through Stories. Today, we are talking about the movie The Holiday. This is not just a story about love, it is about the kind of heartbreak that slowly changes how you see yourself. Have you ever loved someone who never fully chose you? Not in a dramatic way, not in a way that was obvious to everyone else, but in small, quiet ways. The kind of ways that make you question yourself instead of questioning them. You wait for messages, you replay conversations, you try to understand what you did wrong, even when deep down you know it was never really about you. And the hardest part is you still care. In this story, one of the women finds herself stuck in exactly that kind of love. She gives her time, her energy, her attention, her heart, and yet she never truly receives the same in return. And instead of walking away, she stays. Not because she is weak, but because she believes that love is supposed to be patient. That if she just waits a little longer, gives a little more, understands a little deeper, things will change. But sometimes waiting becomes a habit, and slowly, without even realizing it, you begin to accept less than you deserve. You start adjusting your expectations. You tell yourself that small moments are enough. You convince yourself that inconsistency is normal, that confusion is part of love. But it's not. Love is not supposed to feel like a question. It's not supposed to make you feel unsure, anxious, or invisible. And yet, so many people stay in that space for far too long. Because leaving feels harder than staying. Leaving means accepting that the love you believed in is not going to become what you hoped. Leaving means letting go of the future you imagined. And that kind of loss is not easy to process. It's not just losing a person, it's losing a version of your life. And that's what makes it so painful. In The Holiday, something shifts. Instead of continuing to stay in a space that is hurting her, she makes a decision. She chooses to step away, not because she suddenly stopped loving, but because she finally realized that loving someone should not cost her sense of self. She changes her environment. She leaves everything familiar behind, even if just for a while. And sometimes that distance is exactly what you need. Because when you are inside something, it's hard to see it clearly. You are too close to it, too emotionally involved, too used to it. But when you step away, everything, even slightly, your perspective begins to change. The silence feels different, the absence feels different, and slowly you begin to notice things you ignored before. The imbalance, the effort that was one sided, the way you were always the one trying harder. And for the first time, you start asking a different question. Not why didn't they love me enough, but why did I stay in something that didn't feel right? That question changes everything because it brings the focus back to you. And healing always begins when you turn your attention back to yourself. In this new space, away from everything familiar, something soft begins to happen. There's no pressure to be anything, no need to prove yourself, no waiting for someone else's validation. Just you, existing. And at first, it feels unfamiliar because You're so used to thinking about someone else. But slowly you begin to reconnect. You notice small things again. The way you feel in quiet moments, the things that bring you peace, the parts of yourself that were always there but got overshadowed. And this is where healing truly begins. Not in forgetting the past, but in remembering yourself. You start to realize that you were not asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. You were not hard to love. You were just trying to be loved by someone who was not capable of giving you what you needed. And that realization is both painful and freeing because it removes the blame you placed on yourself. It allows you to see that your worth was never the issue. It was the situation. It was the mismatch. It was the timing, the emotional availability, the readiness. Things you cannot control. And slowly, the emotional weight begins to lift. Not all at once, but little by little. You think about them less. You feel less attached to the memories. You stop checking your phone as often. You stop waiting. And that's when something important happens. You begin to feel okay again. Not completely healed, not perfectly happy, but okay. And that is enough because healing is not about reaching a perfect state. It's about learning how to live again without that constant heaviness. It's about creating space for new thoughts, new experiences, new energy. In this story, she also meets new people. People who see her differently. People who treat her with kindness, with attention, with respect. And at first, it feels unfamiliar because she's not used to being treated that way. But slowly, she begins to understand what healthy connection feels like. Not confusing, not inconsistent, just calm. And that calmness feels different. It feels safe. And for the first time, she begins to believe that she deserves that kind of love. Not the kind she has to chase, but the kind that meets her where she is. And that shift is everything. Because once you experience a different standard, you can't go back to accepting less. You begin to see your past differently, not as something you lost, but as something that helped you grow. Something that taught you what you don't want, what you will no longer tolerate, what you truly deserve. And that is powerful because it transforms your pain into clarity and clarity into strength. If you are going through something similar right now, this is your reminder. You are not difficult to love. You are not too much. You are not asking for too much. You are simply learning what real love should feel like. And sometimes that learning comes through heartbreak, through endings, through moments that force you to choose yourself. And choosing yourself is not selfish, it is necessary because the relationship you have with yourself will shape every other relationship in your life. And when you finally start honoring that relationship, everything begins to change. You become more aware, more grounded, more aligned with what truly matters to you. And one day, you will look back at this chapter of your life not with pain, but with understanding. You will see how much you grew, how much you learned, how much stronger you became, and maybe you will even feel grateful, not for the heartbreak, but for the version of yourself that came out of it, because she is stronger, clearer, and finally choosing herself.